everyone, today I'm going to show you how to flush the brake fluid in your 981 Cayman S, and this procedure again is very similar across the whole Porsche lineup. And to do the flush, I'm going to be using my power bleeder, which means I can do this by myself, and I'm going to be flushing using my RBF 600 made by MOD. This is the fluid that I use at the track. It's good enough for me. It's fairly inexpensive, and I flush before every track day. And as you can clearly see, I've got my car up on a quick jack. This job could be done without doing a quick jack, but again, the quick jack makes this job a lot easier. And first thing what we have to do, we have to lift up this cover here, which reveals the brake fluid reservoir. You're going to take the cap off, put it on the side, and we're going to remove this yellow filter. And with the magic of editing, this removal was fairly straightforward, but in reality, I had to use both hands to tweak and clip the sides and really pull up, but it worked just fine. Since we're going to be using a wet method of flushing my fluid, which means in my bleeder I'm going to have the actual fluid, it means I'm going to push the new fluid through the lines, which also means I have to evacuate as much of the old fluid from this reservoir as possible, so I don't have to flow this old fluid through the lines. So a lot of people use a turkey baster to flush it out. I use these bottles that come with the bleeder, and again, you got to make sure that your lines are fairly clean. You stick the line inside, and check this out. You squeeze this bottle and then pop or close the top, and as you unsqueeze, see, you siphon the fluid inside. And you do that a couple of times and you're going to be able to get a lot of fluid out of the container. So check this out, with this method I was able to evacuate most of the reservoir. How cool is that? Next is I'm going to fill up this bleeder with my 2 bottles of brake fluid. Oh yeah. So we tighten it. We're gonna screw this end cap into the top and then pump this up to about 15 psi. And I usually do 15 psi. I check it every once in a while just to make sure it stays within the optimal range. I don't want to go below 10. And the bleeding idea is the following. We're going to start with the wheel that's as far away from the cylinder as possible. So we're going to do right rear, left rear, front right, and front left. And each caliper has 2 bleeding nipples. We've got the front one and the rear one. First we do the front one. Then technically you're supposed to have a proper bleeding tool, but I use this 11mm wrench that's sort of swiveled up, and it does the job. You stick it here, and check this out. You simply just unscrew it, and you should see the fluid flow. Now, since this is the farthest line, we're gonna probably get half of the bottle in before we close it. And as it's draining, obviously I'm gonna have to monitor the pressure in the tank to make sure it is pressurized. Remember this guy? It'll come in handy. Again, as this is bleeding, obviously we want to make sure the pressure stays within limits. What do we have? We have about 13 psi. I can pump it up in a little bit, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. Okay, we've got about a half a bottle. I think we should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and close this, get this thing out. We're going to do the same thing on the other nipple, but since this is just bleeding the area in the caliper, so this is just going to be for a few seconds. I pretty much drained half a bottle from just one rear caliper. On the other side, we're probably going to drain a similar amount. And let that fluid flow. Okay, so this side is done. Let's just do the other side of the caliper. Okay. This we can close and we can move on to a new bottle. So I added a couple of psi into the pump. And let's do the front right now. Ugh. Obviously the front will not require nearly as much fluid because the lines are super short, so we can be done here. Usually when the fluid is old, you could tell that the color changes, but in my case, it looks like the fluid has been replaced not too long ago. So there's no color difference. Okay. And the driver's side is the last side to do. So we are maintaining our PSI. We're making sure that there's still fluid left in the container. And we're doing the last wheel. And again, this one is just gonna be a little bit. It's funny, you can actually see some debris. It's probably from the thread, but there's definitely some debris and bubbles flowing through it. So it's a good thing we're flushing it. Okay, so this side is done. Let's do the back side of the caliper. You see the bubbles flowing? I hope the camera picks it up. There's some bubbles. You see, there's another one. And we're done with the brake sequence. There you go. And the last step is to open up the container, depressurize it by simply unscrewing it. To do it slowly. We still luckily have some fluid left. There we go. All the fluid went in there. Let's unscrew this. See, and it stays fairly clean. Lift it up and move it aside. Last thing we do is we top off the fluid. Perfect. Then we can put the strainer in, and the strainer does look clean. And put the cap on. Wipe any residue you may have left. And this part is done. And this is how much fluid was evacuated. This plus whatever is in this cup, which equates to a little over 2 of these bottles. Yes, there's some left over in this container. I usually don't like to pour it from the container into the tank. So to do this flush, probably more than you have to. You use 2.5 bottles. You could probably get away with 2, but I wanted to do a thorough flush and do it that way. Yeah, I know. You're gonna ask me, what about bleeding the clutch? Now, in my case, the dealer has flushed the brake system about 2,000 miles ago, so I'm not worried about it. And second, getting to that bleeder valve is almost impossible. Yes, it is possible, but you have to have really tiny hands, which I don't. So that's why I'm skipping that step. And at the end, I hope this video was somewhat helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Every tool and liquid that I used, I'm gonna link down in the description for your viewing pleasure. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.